child protection officials have visited the Women and Child Welfare Department at the Chitradurga Mutt. Now, officials are checking this hostel too. Now, I'm crossing back over to our correspondent Ritu to get us more details on this. So, Ritu, the latest that we have is that child protection officials are visiting the welfare department at the Chitradurga Mutt. Tell us more, please.
Yes. On one hand, the KSRC police is available around the Mutt premises, but on the other side, you see the child protection officials visiting the hostel premises as well as the other departments at the Mutt and are checking it out. So that's the regular inspection that is taking place at the Mutt after the case has been registered against the Mutt and the Chief Seer and others accused in the case as well. So others include the ward, the administrator, in fact, who is also being said that he's the political leader, in fact, coming in from a JDS party, as we are learning. So that's the kind of an incident that has taken place at the Mutt, but now you see the child protection officials reaching out at the spot and taking an inspection.
All right, now Ritu, beyond this, can you tell us how this entire situation came to light?
Yes. So this is right after you see the two girls, in fact, went out and alleged about the Mutt, the Chief Seer, and the others regarding this whole incident where these girls had said that they were being sexually abused by the Chief Seers at the Mutt while they were in fact at the hostel that they were studying, and they have also mentioned few others in the case. So that's where you see, including the Seer, there are other four who are accused in the case. So that also includes the ward person, the woman, in fact, named Rashmi, and Basavarajan, the administrator of that Mutt as well. So now there, later point, you also see the Rashmi, in fact, going and registering an FIR against the Basavarajan because she also has alleged that she too was been sexually abused by this administrator. So with all this, you see there has been a counterpart also within the case itself. So this is how this whole incident had come out into the light. But now this being a very much a big Mutt and an influential Mutt seems to have a very much of a damage on one side, but other side too, we'll have to see what kind of turns it takes in the coming days.
Absolutely. Now, as you rightly mentioned, this is an influential Mutt in the area. Now, what reactions are coming in from the government about the situation?
Yes. So you see the CM Basuraj Bommai himself also saying that the investigation is on, and since the investigation is on and it's a POCSO incident, it won't be right for them also to put out a statement. But they also say what exactly has happened at the Mutt is really sad because this is unexpected incident for them as well to notice. But it is all to the police to take up the investigation. And in fact, CM Basuraj Bommai, for that matter, the Home Minister, Adha Gyanandra too, had told that police have been given a complete free hand to take this investigation on and look into what exactly had went wrong, and there'll be a complete support that will be provided from the government side too. So these are the kind of reactions that we're getting to see from the leaders and from CM himself.
All right. Now, Ritu, beyond this as well, when it comes to the investigation, the victims were taken to Chitradurga. I believe they also underwent a medical examination. Now, where are they going to be held post this?
Yes,
or rather, where are they located now? Yes.
So they were in Bengaluru, of course, but they have been taken to Chitradurga as the case has been transferred from Mysore is where the first FIR was being registered. So as the case has been transferred to Chitradurga, so the girls too are being taken into Chitradurga and they are still there in the Chitradurga with the the child protection committee. In fact, so that's the kind of a protection that the officials are also providing to the girls, and they will remain to be in Chitradurga itself because as the police investigation is on, and since it being a Sunday yesterday, the court not being open, so there was no possibility for the police to take it further. So now today there are a lot of developments that is likely to take up in this whole case. So one, of course, is this recording of the statements and the 164 session of all this, and then of what exactly the girls had reiterated in front of.
All right, Ritu, stay with us because we are now being joined by Brinda Adige, who is an activist. Brinda, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Essentially, what we have right now is that the Mysore police, they've registered a case under the POCSO Act, and the seer has been booked. Could you give us a reaction to this entire situation, please?
It is a very good thing that the police have registered the case under POCSO, but we want to find out why has the seer not yet been arrested. Along with the seer, all the administration also. because we need to understand that something like this is not the first time. It is not that just these 2-3 girls escaped and they have now been able to bring to light the atrocities and the torture and the trauma and assault, sexual assault they faced inside that particular hostel. What were the administration doing? Because the laws are very clear under the Juvenile Justice Act. Monitoring of these hostels is a must by the Department of Women and Child, the Child Welfare Committee. Why was this monitoring not done? Because if this monitoring would have been done, then probably this news would have come to light earlier. Now it is important that nobody gets bogged down by the powers that be, because this is a very powerful person, a powerful institution that we are talking about in recent times. And protection needs to be extended to the victim survivors. That is the most important thing. It is not easy to survive sexual violence, sexual abuse, and come out and make a statement and look at the way our courts function. The fact that the police have registered the POCSO is fantastic, but we need to find out when they will do the 164 statement of these children before the magistrate, because it is important that the children make their statement once, not talk about this trauma again and again to 40 different officials who are part of the state machinery. And it is fantastic that Brinda Adige, an organization that is known for its committed work with the children, with women against sexual violence and human trafficking, is one of the complainants with the children over here.
All right,
I hope the state extends protection.
Absolutely. Now, Brinda, I also wanted to ask you another question on a larger scale. Considering that this has come to light in a mutt in Mysore, do you think that this now calls for an investigation into orphanages, other hostels where there are children who are residing, other mutts as well, not just in Karnataka but across the country?
Absolutely right, across the country. See, what happens is there is the law and the policy that provides for monitoring, that provides for committees to be set up, that provides for communities where these institutions are to be part of the monitoring committee so that everybody knows what is happening inside. And now, like you mentioned, in this mutt and across all orphanages, shelters, hostels, institutions that house children must come under the scanner, be monitored, and ensure that due diligence is done. Why is it not possible for our state to ensure that due diligence is done of all the management, the administration, and the staff who are working with children? Because here we are talking about the seer, and he is the pontiff, the one who's right up there. And talking about him, making a complaint about him is not easy. That is why the police now need to ask this question. Will they be supported by the Home Minister of Karnataka to ensure that this man, the alleged accused, is arrested as per law?
All right, Ms. Adige, thank you so much for joining us and speaking to us about this entire story. Now we have some